What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today I stumbled upon the Fireteam Chat's video where they were discussing the TWID. They were also discussing the Prismatic Subclass, and it seems like they were all in agreement in saying that
Prismatic is interesting, but we are wondering, is it less powerful than they've let on up to now?
It's definitely like a toned down version, which, understandable. I would be surprised to see any prismatic subclasses that see heavy play during the raid race. I still think, you're gonna want your like two wells, tethers, golden guns, and the whole prismatic thing is you get a buffed up grenade, but how helpful is that for a raid experience?
Most of the prismatic stuff I saw looks cool, but to Steven's point, I really don't think it's going to replace, especially in raids, the dominance of the subclasses that people tend to use. Where I do think it has more potential, though, is in PvP, just because that's where grenades really do matter a whole lot, and some of the multifunctionality and DPS focused abilities that they have there, I think have a lot more potential. So I could see them being fairly dominant in PvP, which is what I care about most of all.
I'm with both of you. I want to do the DPS on the big boss at the end of the raid or at the end of the strike if you don't have that much time to do a raid. And that's really, really fun to do. I don't know where Prismatic sort of falls into that beyond being interesting for PvP.
But after watching the playtest videos a couple times, man, I don't understand how they came to that conclusion. Prismatic is going to be nuts. It's going to be crazy, man. Why? Because it seems like the Prismatic subclass has access to a lot of the kits, a lot of the buffs from the other subclasses. For example, when you're watching the Warlock play PvE, you can see that the Warlock is popping Devour and Radiant at the same time. For example, when the Warlock is playing PvP, you can see that when he throws his cold snap grenade, freezes the Hunter midair and kills him, that Hunter drops a Stasis Shard. The Warlock picks up the Stasis Shard and picks up a new buff called Armor of Frost or Frost Armor. So now the Prismatic subclass is capable of creating Stasis Shards. And also when you pick up the Stasis Shard, you can get some sort of damage reduction with Frost Armor. Come on, son. They have created new buffs for the Prismatic subclass. This is going to be crazy. When you're watching the Titan play PvP, this man in a matter of 3 to 10 seconds pops Void Overshield as a buff. He gets Radiant as a buff. I saw Restoration pop as a buff. This is, come on, son. You don't see how powerful this is going to be in PvE when the Hunter is going invisible and then picking up Woven Mail somehow? Like, come on. This is crazy. PvE is about damage and it's about survivability. I just named 3, maybe even 4 or 5 buffs that are really great for survivability. Now, you want to talk about damage? You don't see the Prismatic subclass being able to output damage? I haven't been focusing too much on the Hunter and Titan, but when I looked at the exotic perks for the Warlock, we now can socket Spirit of Star Eater, our Cataclysmic Nova Bombs. Our Needle Storms are doing a chuckload more damage now. So we're doing a lot of damage with our supers. And that's what the Warlocks have been missing to join the damage party, bro. We got it now. Prismatic subclass has damage and it has survivability. Bungie developers have said that it's going to be broken. I am quite expecting it to be broken, bro. If you are into making builds in Destiny 2, you're going to have a great time with the Prismatic subclass because you're just going to be able to do a lot, okay? You're going to be able to have Radiant, Devour. I understand that Bungie is trying to encourage people to go back to the other subclasses by keeping the class item kind of tamed. But once you put a dope build with Prismatic together, I don't know if it's going to be enough to get us to want to go back to the other subclasses. Being able to see the Prismatic subclass and all of the buffs that you can apply to yourself, and then tagging that alongside the class item, that's already over the top. But once we get to see what the fragments are doing and how we can put this all together, I feel like we're gonna be over the mountain, man. That's where the brokenness comes in, bro. It's these fragments, man. It's the fragments. I also want to see, before I end the video, how are the Prismatic subclasses going to interact with our current exotics? Like, say I don't want to wear a class item and I do want to wear the Swarmers. Am I going to be able to unravel enemies with threadlings if I have threadlings on the field? I believe that's going to happen. And if that does happen, oh my goodness. having Devour and being able to have my threadlings pop unraveling? Oh, that's going to be a dream. That is going to be a dream, man. Anyway, let me know down in the comments how you all are feeling about the Prismatic subclass. Do you feel like it's going to be powerful in Destiny 2's PvE? Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment down below to continue on with the discussion. Subscribe if you enjoyed the vibe. I'll see you with the next one, baby. Peace and one love.